What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today we got a couple stories for you. One, we're going to talk about Bill Gates, and he's kind of changing his ways on climate change. We're going to go over that, and another one we're going to talk about the SNAP program. So stay tuned. It's going to be a blast. I'll be right back. All right, so Trump declares victory on climate change hoax after Bill Gates issues concession memos. And this article is coming from The Blaze. And so we're going to check this out and see what this has to say. Climate change hoax. I've been saying I've been saying climate change has been a hoax for ever and a day. Back in college, I was saying that when I was in geology. I was saying it's a hoax. It's a hoax. But anyway, Bill Gates said government should refocus their efforts. President Trump said opponents of climate change hoax had won the struggle. The struggle. Sorry about that. Words. After Bill Gates said reporters should pivot their efforts. Gates has been a long-time proponent of policies to fight climate change, but on Monday he took a far more moderate tone that accepted survivability of slightly higher global temperatures. We just won the war on the climate change hoax, the president wrote on his Truth Social account. Bill Gates has finally admitted that he was completely wrong on the issue. He added it took courage to do so, and for that we are all grateful. MAGA. This is quotes, by the way, quotes of Trump. Gates issued the announcement in a memo titled Three Tough Truths About Climate. He described the previous view on climate change as the following. In a few decades, cataclysmic climate will decimate civilization. The evidence is all around us. Just look at all the heat waves and storms caused by rising global temperatures. Nothing matters more than limiting the rise of temperature. See, I've been saying that it's all natural. Like thousands of years ago, the whole Earth was covered in ice. I mean, it started with a ball of fire, then it turned to a ball of ice, and then now it's heating up again. So it's like this is all natural stuff. Pollution's not good if you want to talk about pollution, but climate change and global warming and all that's natural stuff. It's stuff that just happens, just naturally. I've always said that. There's not very, very, very little is caused by and or can be controlled or fixed by humans. He added, fortunately for all of us, this view is wrong. Gates opined that the government may have to invest in cooling centers and better early warning systems for extreme heat and weather events, and added that the people will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future. Gates went on to say that the world's efforts are better spent trying to reduce poverty and disease. Is Bill Gates finally coming around? Because that's a bigger problem than climate change. Climate change, and even if it was people made or people caused, there's no way we're going to fix it by the time we're all dead. Everybody on the earth is going to be dead by the time it really affects us. The doomsday outlook is causing much of the climate community to focus much on near-term emissions goals, and it's diverting resources from the most effective things we should be doing to improve life in the warming world, he added. The billionaire concluded the biggest problems are poverty and disease, just as they always have been. And that's basically the art. So Bill Gates is basically changing his mind. I mean, he was a big deal on the COVID thing. So I don't know what exactly I can really get on board with what he says, because he's still Bill Gates, and he's still trying to get into the medical stuff, and actually he was really pushing a lot of the COVID vaccines and all that. So it's can't really trust him too much still, especially when he's talking about the poverty and disease, because disease is something that, with COVID and poverty. Well, you've got the money, Bill Gates. Why don't you help do something about that? Help do something about poverty, and don't think that socialism is going to be the answer, because socialism is not the answer to anything. But anyway, that's that story. Okay, and the next one is Louisiana braces for snap disruption amid federal shutdown. This is kind of a couple days old. This one was from the couple days old, and this one's from Axios. And this is about the SNAP program being shut down, at least temporarily. I don't even know if it's a permanent thing or what. And I have kind of mixed feelings about this, because I know people that actually do rely on food stamps, but I know people that don't, and they get them anyway. So I kind of see both sides, and I've had to use food stamps before. But it's the people that abuse it that really are ruining it for everybody, and for those are the people that, I don't care if they get it or not. They don't if you don't need it or can work or should be paying for your own groceries, then you should be. But I do know some people that are close to me that really actually need the food stamps, that actually rely on those food stamps, like legit, like single moms and single parents and parents with low income. I get it. I've been there. I'm still kind of there, but I'm just kind of barely over that threshold where I don't get approved for food stamps. So it doesn't concern me personally. I could care less personally, but I do know that, like I said, I do know people that are on it. So it does kind of hit home a little bit. But we're going to go over that. Like I said, this is from Axios. And some Louisiana residents won't get new food stamp benefits this week as the government shutdown drags on, Governor Jeff Landry warned. And this is from Axios, which is kind of based in New Orleans, so that's why it's in New Orleans. But this is happening all over, more than just Louisiana. But anyway, why it matters. Nearly 800,000 people in the state rely on the program, officially called SNAP, he says. The big picture. Landry signed an emergency declaration Friday to help fund November SNAP benefits for elderly and disabled participants along with children. See, that's who needs it. See, he's actually trying to figure out a way to get it to those that actually need it. The elderly, the disabled, and the children. That's who needs it. That's what the program was originally for, not these parents that just don't feel like working, because why would I work when I get $4,000 in food stamps every month? Why would I want to work? That would cover about 565,000 people, most of whom are children, the state says. His office didn't immediately say whether recipients will get full or partial payments. The remaining SNAP recipients can access funds from previous months, according to Landry's office, but there's no money for new payments. So it sounds like you'll be able to at least finish using what you have, but once it's gone, and it's not coming back, at least for temporary. I haven't heard if it's a permanent thing or not yet. Maybe they'll tell us. By the numbers, Louisiana's SNAP benefits average about $6 per day for each household member, according to a report from the Center on Budget and Policy's Priorities. More than 69% of SNAP recipients in the state are families with children, according to the center's analysis. Zoom out. Other states are facing the same challenges with funding SNAP, which is nation's largest domestic food assistance program. But again, illegals get it, people that don't need it get it, and these are the people that are abusing it. The few ruin it for the many, and it's like the people that don't need it, that are just abusing it, you're ruining it for those that do need it. And that's the problem we're faced with, is it's like, if you don't need it, quit using it. Let the people that actually do need it use it. You know, if you can afford your eyelashes, and you can afford your nails, and you can afford your hair done, and you can afford Gucci clothes, you obviously don't need food stamps. If you can afford to buy a BMW 2024 BMW with cash, you probably don't need food stamps. Give it to the people that do need it. More than 2 million people could be cut from SNAP under the new work requirement provision, according to estimates from the CBPP. The USDA said in a memo it can't use emergency funds to keep SNAP going past October 31st, and the state would not reimburse if they cover expenses on their own. Axios' Mark Caputo. Zooming in, federal cutbacks have already affected food security for many families, and local food banks don't have enough to meet demand, pantry leaders say. The Second Harvest Food Bank expects to receive 4.8 million fewer meals worth of food from the USDA for the fiscal year, which began in July. The organization says it serves much of southeastern Louisiana. The dual challenge of a federal shutdown and shrinking USDA supplies have created a perfect storm for hunger relief efforts across the state, according to a Second Harvest press release. What they're saying, one federal employee wrote to tell us she had paid her mortgage but had no money left to feed her family, said John Toops, president and CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank, in a release. Stories like hers are unfortunately becoming more common every day. So yeah, it's food stamps, and whether you're for it or against it, it doesn't really matter. The point is, there's people that abuse it, and those are the people that are ruining it for those that need it. Because I feel for those that need it. I'm not here to say they need to cut it off. I could do without it. I don't personally care. I don't get food stamps. But it's just, quit abusing the system. That's the problem. It's quit. You abuse the system, and this happens. In fact, and I don't have numbers to back this up, but who actually benefits the most from food stamps? All these people are talking about, we need less billionaires, we need less billionaires, we need less billionaires. But who do you think benefits the most from the food stamp program? Walmart. Why does Walmart? And I don't know, again, I don't have numbers to back this up, but I've heard it a few places. I don't know where I heard it, but I heard a few other creators. But Walmart has the most employees on food stamps. And once the food stamps come in, where do people go mostly to buy their food from? Walmart. Walmart is banking on food stamps. So Walmart is banking huge on the food stamp program. I mean, some people go to other grocery stores, and that's fine, but majority of them go to Walmart. It's obvious, because Walmart is just, if you're looking for the best price, it's usually Walmart. But it doesn't really matter. The point is, food stamps are could be going away permanently. Again, I don't know that fact for sure, but food stamps are not looking very good. If you're on them and you need them, I really feel for you. I do. I think they should try and keep them, if for at least for you, like narrow it down, kind of like they did with Medicaid. Everybody thinks they're cutting Medicaid. They're cutting Medicaid. Everybody's going to lose Medicaid. Well, not really. It was Medicaid's for the people that need it, the elderly, the disabled, the children, not the person that refuses to go to work, not the person that can work but won't, or it doesn't. It's kind of the same concept there. If you need it, heck yeah, you deserve it. If you really do legit need it, but most of the people that are on it don't really need it. They're not like so dependent that they have to have food stamps. Cut back on your nails and your lashes, or your whatever it is you do, your camping trips, your fishing trip, your fishing, whatever it is. Just cut back on that for a little bit. And I get it. The economy is killing me too. It's killing me. I wish I could get on food stamps sometimes, because it's like I can't even afford to, that story that, well, I got my mortgage paid, but now I can't feed the family. I feel that way every single paycheck. Like every time, it's like, well, I can't go to the grocery store yet because I got to make sure I can pay rent. And then when rent's paid, then I might have a few bucks left over for groceries. It's hard. The economy's hard, but we've also got to focus on, like Bill Gates said in the last one, poverty. Get people out of poverty. Get them working. Get them, because the more people that are relying on the government, the more poverty we're going to have. That's the way it works. The government wants people to be poor so they can depend on the government, so they can rely on the government. But anyway, I'm rambling. That's the stories for today. Bill Gates is kind of changing his mind on climate change, which I could have told you that a long time ago. I've been saying that for a long time. Climate change. I didn't necessarily say it was a hoax. It is to some degree, but it's a real thing, but it's naturally caused. The world, the globe has changed. The climate has changed a few times on its own, way before man was even a lot around. So, and then, food stamp program, quit abusing the system. That's all I'm saying. Just quit abusing it and you'll be all right. But anyway, that's the show for today. Do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment, links below to support my other channels and whatnot. And appreciate y'all. Got some big changes coming up. They're not coming quite yet, but we're getting there. I've got a lot of changes going on, people moving in, moving out. So it's gonna be good. We're gonna be doing some good stuff, but haven't been on as much lately just because of life. Life happens, but we're gonna come back bigger, better, faster, stronger, and you're gonna love it. Stay tuned. Again, do the YouTube stuff. Appreciate y'all. Love you. See you in the next one.